I am so excited because tonight I'm going to go ahead and share in my dressing room. So, some of you may know that I was 361 pounds. I know, right? I know. Just Google me, you'll find it. But I want you to stay here at Renatha on the YouTube channel because I'm going to be talking more and more about my wardrobe and more about my clothes. So, when I was bigger, I had a lot of clothes. As you can see, you want to scan the room, scan the room, scan the room. Ah! So I have all of these clothes that I can no longer wear. I have all of these clothes that I can no longer wear, but there's some stories in those clothes. A whole bunch of stories in those clothes. And so I have to tell it. So today is the first iteration of my conversation about the clothes I wore when I was bigger. On a wellness journey, when you've lost weight, a lot of times, you know, you kind of keep the same kind of pieces around. And the pieces that grow with you, they're stretchy, they're wide. And you know what? You find that, let me just keep these things around. Let me just keep these things around because you never know what might happen. You might get bigger. That wasn't my goal. Getting bigger wasn't my goal. Let me just say that right now. But the pieces that I kept in my wardrobe were I was able to wear because in the event that I did get bigger, that kind of sounds like I was anticipating getting bigger, wasn't I? That's another episode. But while we're at it, I'm just letting you know that these are the pieces that I had in my wardrobe. They grew with me. They were big enough. I could cinch a waist. When I did get smaller, I could cinch a waist and accent the boobs, accent the big hair, accent the hips. And, I'm just going to tell the stories about the pieces that I wore. So let me just go ahead and start with this one. Baby, I'm going to let you know that this is a good old medium, okay? I don't think I ever wore medium. I think even as a 12-year-old, I was wearing a size 12. And that's normally what? A large, a women's large, right? So I don't even think I can remember when I wore a size medium. And today I said to myself, you know what? I have a shirt. First off, I got to do laundry. Let me just be transparent about that. And I have a pair of pants, but I was like, everything in my closet is too big. It is too big. So I remembered that when I had my radio show, it was called Indeed with Renatha back in 2014. And I said, and I created t-shirts for my radio show. And so I knew I had these shirts around because I knew I was going to lose weight. And I had smalls, medium, larges. I always wore 2X or 3X, but I found those shirts. I found them. I said, wait, I know I have a small around here somewhere. I know I have a medium around here somewhere. I kept it on purpose. I found them. And today I'm wearing a medium shirt, my Indeed with Renatha shirt. So I'm excited about that. But everything else in this room is way too big, way too big. So let me go ahead and go through some of the styles that I wore when I was bigger. Now, obviously, as you can see though, however, I don't wear nothing loose no more. you know, when you lose weight, you want to show body, okay? And so I don't wear anything loose no more. It's the summertime. And, I put on my medium and I have my leggings. So this is kind of my style now. But back in the day, everything was loose. Everything was billowy. Everything was, able to be sized up or sized down. So let me go ahead and show you a little something, something. One of my signature pieces was a duster. Now, I love a duster. I love a duster. I love a duster. I love a duster. Okay. So, will I continue to wear my dusters? I don't know. We'll see. But let me show you one of the dusters that I wore when I sang with Patti LaBelle, darling. I love this thing. Let me tell you, I love it. It's fashion. Now, the clothes that I wore also fit my personality, right? So I guess when I begin to get back outside, obviously I had surgery. I can't put my foot down. I'm on crutches. When I begin to get back outside and start to buy more clothes, I'll still have a duster in mind. I'll still have a duster in mind. So will I give this away? I don't know. Will I donate it? I don't know. Will I sell it? I don't know. But as you can see, this is what I wore. Okay. This may be a 6X. I think it's a 6X. That's another thing. I always bought the biggest size. Why? Because I shopped online. I shopped online. The fashions online have gotten better, and I know how to pair stuff together so it looks fabulous. Every time I went outside to a gala or a ball or something, someone will always ask, "Where'd you get that from, child?" Online. And am I gonna say where? I don't care. Temu, okay. Temu, Sheen, Boohoo, X Plus Wear, all of them. And I would be absolutely fabulous stepping out. And this is one of the pieces that I got online. It's a 5X. It's a 5X. So I'm gonna put it on. Let me hop. I can't. Okay, here we go. I mean, so my cameraman, I'll let him talk. What is it giving? Can I still, cameraman, can I still, or is it, no, I gotta give it away. So while I love it, and this is still very much my style, I have to give it away. It's too big. I can't alter this one, but I have to figure out where to shop now and get the ones that fit. But I will keep a duster in my fashion categories. Okay. All right. What else did I wear? So one thing I was good for was a tutu. So as a big girl, when you make a statement, period. Okay. Just because you're a big person doesn't mean that you can't look good. Doesn't mean that you got to wear the whole humdrum mess, which is why I wore my dusters, which is why I wear my tutus. And, I always went and found what I wanted to wear. And so one thing that I was good for was a tutu. And so obviously this one is huge. I think this one might be a 4 or a 5X as well. But I would wear these tutus at 361 pounds, and folks would see me come in and be like, "Girl, you look good," I would make a statement. Am I keeping a tutu in my wardrobe? Absolutely. Absolutely. I just got to get smaller ones. So this is one of the pieces that I will always have in my wardrobe: a duster and a tutu. Okay. So let me put it on. Cameraman, what can I do with this one?
Sell it.
Okay, I'm gonna give it away. So much room. I gotta fold it right here. But this is one of the pieces that I wore as a big girl in my wardrobe. I was always good for a duster. I was always good for a tutu. Okay. Last but not least, maxi dresses. So if you know fashion, if staple pieces, then maxi dresses. And when I first found these maxi dresses online, maybe about 10 years ago, I said, I need one in every color. So one thing about me is that I love color. Even as a big girl, I always wore bold colors. You see my glasses? My glasses are white. Cameraman, you want to pan over to my glasses haul? And yes, they are all prescription. One thing I did was whenever I did wear something, I paired it with my glasses. And I made sure that, I made a statement with what I was wearing, and not on purpose, just because it was my personality. If I'm going to be big, I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to be fabulous. Okay. And so I got the maxi dresses, I paired them with my glasses. And let's say I was down a few pounds after I was 306, came down from 361 pounds, and, my waist went in a little bit. All I did was put a belt on it and cinch it. Okay. So here is one of the maxi dresses that, okay, one thing about me, I did not shy away from color. Okay. And like I said, I got them. Oh, I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall. Oh gosh. I got them in every color. I have about 10 of these. 10 of these. And I always got the biggest size. I always got the biggest size. Why? Because, cloth, you know, covers up a multitude of sins. Okay. So I would pair this with a duster. I would cinch it with a belt. I would wear a fascinator, maybe the same color. I have all the Tiva shoes in every color. And so one thing about me is that I just went out fabulous. So I bought these in every color. They just worked. They just worked. So right now I can wear this. I really can. I can probably put a belt on it, but will it sit right? Let's see. Let's see. Hold up. Let's do the orange one. I'm sweating like a banshee. Can't turn the air conditioner on because I'm just being transparent, cameraman. Oh, you said you said you can't see it. Oh, wait. Okay. So clearly, I mean, what should I do, cameraman? Give it away. Okay, give it away. All right. So even if I cinched it, it wouldn't, like, the side would reveal the bra and the boobs. And so no, I can't repurpose this. But these are the pieces in my wardrobe that I wore all the time. So in the future, please stay tuned to @Renatha on YouTube, okay? Because I'm going to be showing you the pieces that I may have worn with a celebrity, that I may have worn on TV, because I used to be on the Dr. Oz show. I'm going to give you my wardrobe stories, okay? There's a whole lot going on in here, and I want you to know about it. So please, if you don't know who I am, I'm live. I don't know who's watching. Please subscribe to @RHEN like Nancy, OT like Tom, HA. This is Right Now with Renatha. I lost 175 pounds, and part of Right Now with Renatha is telling my wellness story, and I'm talking about my wardrobe stories in the future on some shorts. Stay tuned. Make sure you tune in @Renatha.